Today is going to be the first video in a new series to hit our channel where I am taking you along with us as we unpack and create a new school space down in our basement. Hey guys, welcome to our basement. As you can see, I am surrounded by boxes in what will eventually be the new school space for our homeschool. So today I wanted to take you along, kind of give you an introduction to the space and talk through a little bit of my vision of what I'm hoping to create for my kids. Now, if you are new to the channel, my name is Sarah. I have 5 kids that I am homeschooling, and we just recently moved into a new to us, not a new home, and we are in the midst of trying to still, 2 months later, unpack, get organized, and kind of paint and do all of those household projects. So as you can see, I'm surrounded by boxes. There's baby gates there. You might even be able to see, like here, where we have sanded and prepped walls for painting. We are really in the thick of it at the moment, and have I mentioned it's Christmas? So I am finding that I am having to take on these projects, a half hour here, a half hour there, and I'm just going to take you along for the ride. Now, before I can go into the details of this space, honestly, I have to unbury it a little bit. This has kind of become the dumping grounds as we have moved into our house. When we haven't known what to do with something, we have thrown it down here or out in our garage. And so before I can even kind of introduce you to our school area, I have to take all of the boxes away. So I'm going to recruit my kids to help me here for a little bit. Let's get to it. Let's start unpacking. So as you walk down the stairs from our first level, you're going to come into what is our family room space. This is an area of the house where the older kids especially really like to hang out and play. Now, it is such a blessing that we do have high ceilings down here, like normal size ceilings, not basement ceilings. I had never envisioned doing homeschool in a basement, but I had also never envisioned having a walkout basement with doors and windows and natural light pouring in. So obviously, it is a really wet, dreary, cold day here in December in the Midwest. I would have loved to show you this when the trees are blooming and there's leaves and all kinds of beautiful things out here, but I got to work with what I've got. The deck is wet, so I can't really walk out there too much, but I'll try to make sure I put some footage in here. My vision for this space is really just like an outdoor patio garden. I want to have little corners and places that the kids can sit and read and do nature studies, take their books outside and do school outside when the weather permits. This is also the place where I am intending to create our garden at this house. It's going to definitely be a lot different than the no-dig system I did at our old place. But I'm thinking a lot of pots and maybe some big cattle troughs, maybe, you know, some tall towers of strawberries and things like that. I really have a lot of ideas. I've been perusing Pinterest a ton, but this is going to be garden space and outdoor schooling space. All right, and now welcome to the main hub. This is the main area that we are going to do school in. Now, the original owners of this house, this whole basement was a man cave. It had a bar with lots of drinks and beer and sports paraphernalia, a pool table over there. And so it took me a minute to kind of wrap my brain around what I could use this space for our family. But it hit me. This bar area is the perfect school space. I know that it kind of looks bar-esque at the moment, but I do have a vision. I do have thoughts of what I want this to be. When I originally saw this space, I just noticed all the storage. I'm sure you homeschool mamas out there are with me on that. There are dozens of cabinets and drawers and shelves and a running sink. And so it hit me. This could be kind of our homeschool coffee bar. And so the vision I have that I'm hoping to kind of flesh out here is I really want this to feel like if you go to a really nice coffee shop and you have an outdoor patio and a bar to sit at and there's books and fun mood lighting and things like that around you that just make you really excited to just sit and be calm and read and drink coffee. That's really the, feel I'm looking for down here. Now, not necessarily for my kids to drink coffee, but for me. I'm actually really excited. I am going to create a whole little coffee space right over here in this cabinet area. You guys know me, I love coffee. I'm planning on all kinds of places to put mugs and creamers and coffee beans and a coffee maker, maybe a Chemex, things like that. Now, as you can tell, I only have 1 or 2 stools down here. One of these came with the house, one we had already on hand from our old place. So obviously I need to add seating. And so Justin and I went out and ordered some custom stools to put around this bar. We just ordered 5 of them. And of course, like all things today, it's going to take a while for them to ship and come in, but they are on order. I'm hoping that they will be here maybe by February. That's the plan. So eventually I envision all of the kids being able to sit around this bar, for me to sit back behind it or stand behind it, drink coffee, teach them, be able to see what everybody is doing at one time. Everybody can kind of have their own individual space on this counter, but also be all together. Now, the mirrors, at first I thought I was going to take them down, but I actually think I'm going to leave them. They're actually really fun. I think the light reflecting off of them really helps to open up the space down here. And I am just thinking about my wooden boards from Treasures from Jennifer up there, maybe some books, other supplies that I really like to display and have out and look at all the time. These will probably be a flex space of things that I change out seasonally, but just so excited about all of the storage options. Another really neat thing that was included in the basement are these really fun shelving pieces that the owners left us that are attached to the studs. These are so sturdy. I mean, I literally tried to hang off of them to make sure they wouldn't fall out of the wall. These are solid. And so I thought that this would be a really fun place to kind of use as an extended library for the kids, to put books that they maybe are not utilizing all the time up there. Little House on the Prairie books, the Boxcar Children's series, any kind of those kid novels or chapter books, early readers, those are all going to kind of be housed up on these shelves where I can easily, reference them or pull them down for the kids to read, but they're not something we necessarily need day in and day out. All right, so welcome to Toddler Town, Toddlerville. I'm not really sure what we're going to call this little corner of our basement, but this is the play space that we are devoting for Ezra and Ava, my 3 and my 2-year-olds. I have lots of lower shelving here that they can reach and store all of their toys on, their play kitchen. I also have their little puzzle table over here in the corner where they love to sit and put together puzzles. These are some of the first things we unpacked when we moved into the house and put up this nice large baby gate, because I needed somewhere for them to be that was safe and had things that they could play with as we were working on all of the other spaces in the house. Obviously, you can tell here with the Swiss cheese walls, we have prepped these walls for painting, but I haven't gotten to it yet. So hopefully here soon we are going to take the stuff out of here and paint these walls. My vision for this space is actually just really simple. I love that it is right next to our main devoted school space, and so this will really enable me to allow my toddlers to be near me, to be with me, to be on the same floor as I am doing school. That way they can be included on some of the homeschool that I want them to be included on, but then also separate and have a place to play quietly when, well, maybe quietly, when they are not included on what we are learning. So as you can see, this area is still in kind of rough shape. There are paint splashes on the wall where we've been testing colors. There is open electric hanging from the ceiling where the previous owners had TVs in all of the corners. There's still a lot of work to be done down here. My goal for the next few days is to get this space clean. I want to wipe everything down, clean out all of the cabinets, and then hopefully start to paint. Now that's going to be an undertaking because this is a really large space, and so I'm just going to have to work one section at a time. Now, to answer a question, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of, are we going to paint all of the cabinets? Are we going to paint the paneling? Are we going to paint over the wood and make it white? No. One of the things we actually really loved about this house was the woodwork. We fell in love with it. And so I have a vision and a hope to really make it beautiful and bring it back to life. Use some products on it to really make it shine and sparkle again. It's going to take some elbow grease, but I'm really in love with the wood and all of the trim and details in this home. And so yes, we are going to leave it as is. I know that might horrify some of you. It might really impress some of you. I don't know. But I just figure for now, we're just going to do the best we can, leave it as is, see if we can get it in beautiful shape. And if not, we always have the option to paint it later down the road. Okay guys, well that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed coming along and kind of getting a preview of what will eventually be our homeschool space. If you have not done so already, be sure to subscribe to our channel down below so you do not miss any of the upcoming videos as we clean and paint and unpack and organize this entire school space. It is going to be a lot of work, but also a lot of fun. See you later.